would do something like that.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
Jill's like, who, me?
Not saying this campaign has become a race between which of us can become worshipped as a god faster, and how is it not Jewel? But now that Jewel knows you can just be a god if enough people believe you are.
Alright, so we're live. Tonight may be a little bit of a shorter episode.
It's all good.
As I know, the Nikki is pretty exhausted, so probably stop the stream, or stop this stream at about 9. Then, I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to maybe try streaming some Elite.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just
No?
hitting walls left and right.
how dare you?
Nothing to apologize for.
I am offended that you are not thinking of us first.
Hey, I am here, am I not?
Just say it.
Alright, so you guys want to recap?
All right, I'll give it a shot, but someone else jump in because my notes are never as good. So we caught up to the caravan and we start leaving, and kind of within a day it starts to get cloudy, and then before we know it, it's starting to rain and storm. We reach, I don't have the destination written down. I say the town. Pay some silver to find an inn. We kind of go about and do our own thing, check in a little bit. I think Jewel took a nice long hot bath. I know some other people got some food. And then we noticed that there was this old guy who was also in the tavern. There weren't many other people there. And we started to talk to him for a little while and recognize him from our very first episode where we all met together. And he talked for a very long time, and it was very fascinating. We found out that he is, if he's not immortal, then he's at least very, 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 very old, Highlander style. Talked about 200 years ago.
Immortal, so he's mortal. Sorry, go ahead.
Good point. 200 years ago, there was a war among the gods known as the Celestial War. Oh my gosh, my notes are really hard to read. Urmir was a mage who was tricked by gods. Oh my gosh, my notes aren't going to be any good here then. There was an army of an undead. There was the class of shields, which was the war against Umar. And then a final battle raged at the Tower of Glass. And he was defeated, probably killed, but maybe not. I have in my notes that he would not swap staffs with me, the old man. Gave us an omen. This would be a bright star shining in the east, and an ash tree.
A red star.
Oh, red star. Okay, and ash trees bloom silver flowers. And then Danilo got the man to take our cursed coins.
Oh,
We
yes.
lost our cursed coins. We got some leads. We figured out about Temus. That was
Yes, Temis, the god of abundance. Temis?
former god of abundance, anyway. And former Dark Lord.
Kind of a jerk now.
Apparently, his cult is having a bit of a revival, and that might be tied to our terrible dreams. But we definitely got to Kutrov too early, and this storm/mysterious happenings might not be directly connected to the Dark God's return. We know that if we disrupt his cult, that could prevent him from coming back. We got leads on dragon sightings. And we got the prophecy for when Jewel can finally trade out for the other staff. And I think that's where we left off with MR finally like walking out the door and just poofing away.
Yeah, he pieced out really quick after giving us the prophecy.
He did what he came to do. He gave us the lore.
He also warned us, though, to be careful of our next steps. I have that written explicitly down in good handwriting.
So who's ready to spend the next 2 hours debating what we should do? Like the pinnacle of content that we are.
Well, I know that we kind of spoke briefly about heading west into the mountain.
Go west through the Frostfell Mountains to the Ice Crown Mountains. There may be dragons there.
Yeah.
Which is a long, long way.
And also in the
other
Sundered
side.
Peaks.
Which is where we were.
Yes, and we suspected that.
I mean, worst comes to worst, if we do want to travel a very long distance, we might try to hit up our Grey Lion Guild again and see if we can hitch another teleportation spell.
Perhaps we should. Well, we're in Kutrov, which is a pretty large city, correct?
Yes.
So there's probably a guild branch here.
Might be a good place to
Yeah.
check in with things.
I'm just thinking we might have to do a couple jobs for them or something so that we can not just show up and be like, hey, can we
Give
use
us
your
free
teleporter? See ya. Peace. So I think we should go and just like, see if they've got any jobs. I mean, we could always use a little bit more money too.
Got some debts to pay.
Yeah.
And we'll probably need to stock up at the magic shop for whatever hell we're about to walk into next.
It would be just perfect, like an MMORPG where like new people join the guild. And they're like, "Hey, who wants to help me by giving me a whole bunch of new things? I know I'm new, and none of you know me, but give me stuff."
But then you just run across a player who's like, "Yeah, have 50k gold."
Or there might be
I don't
a
need it.
mission that we can do that will take us somewhere we need to go, and also make money that Asha/Key really needs.
There was no time limits on your loan, was there?
No. But she doesn't like having a debt.
Well, I say we head to the
Ooh, actually,
oh.
I might try to sell while we're here the Pyrohound claws and teeth that I have, or at least try to figure out how much I could get for them here.
Might as well.
You should take those to Junk in Thy Trunk.
Oh, I suppose you're right. I might get more for that because they are magical.
And also it could be used to pay down your debt.
It's true.
But I'm sure that Junk in Thy Trunk is probably here too, so.
Well, is it one of those things that once you've found it, it's easy to find again, or?
Usually.
Well, since she owes him, wouldn't she kind of have a little bit more of a way to find him?
Like if I focus on my tattoo or something and put some energy to it, it'll lead me there.
give it a shot.
Okay. What should I roll, please?
We'll go. Give me a hard. I'm gonna go hard Arcana.
I can't use Arcana because I'm a divine user.
Well, you can use it. You just can't cast any magic using it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But you'll also get a boost from the tattoo.
All right.
Okay.
Nice. So yeah, as you concentrate on the tattoo, you can feel it begin to warm up. It doesn't burn, but it's just really warm. Like it almost feels like it's to the point where it should be burning, and you can see it start to glow. But it doesn't hurt. As you kind of move your arm around, you see it, the kind of like the glow along the edges of the tattoo get brighter. It does seem, as you move it around, that certain areas, or certain, say to the northeast, is where it seems to really kind of flare up.
Well, I let the group know that I'm gonna try and find junk in the trunk. And then if anybody wants to go with me, that's where I'm headed, to the northeast to find it. And if I'm missing for a couple hours, that's probably why.
I'll join you this time.
I'm coming.
I'm tired of waiting around outside for hours. Never again.
Jewel, you gonna come with too?
Yeah, do we think it's fine that all of us go together? Jewel will be for it. Otherwise, she'd be willing to stay back if we want one of us to stay out.
Daniel's no
I-
longer afraid.
I say I don't think that there's any reason to split up at this point.
All right, Jewel, come with.
Off a shopping we shall go.
Alright, so as you leave, you wander around, kind of focusing your arm. And every time you kind of wave it around, again to the northeast, it kind of lights up a little bit brighter. It's following the roads. It takes you about 45 minutes to walk. And as you're going, you notice that the rain is still coming down. Hasn't stopped. You can still hear some thunder and see some strikes of lightning way off in the distance, but the rain is still just pouring down. Which at times makes it really difficult as you're walking, it turns a lot of the cobblestone to almost ice. It's just slick. There's water constantly flowing down. But at the end of the 45 minutes, you kind of stop and you can feel the markings get hot. You look up, you just see this little shop face. Looks fairly empty on the inside. You open the door, go in. You feel a familiar kind of little blast of air, little shift, and you come out, and you're in a quite familiar building again. Shelving is still fairly stocked up. Everything looks like it's still locked behind glass, and things are marked with little tags. And you hear a voice come from the back. I'll be right with you. 2 minutes later, you see a familiar face come walking out the back. Oh, it's you guys again.
Hello, Rebby.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
It's a pleasure to see you too.
I have come with some items that I'm hoping to barter against my debt.
Excellent. Let's see what you have.
I pull out the vials of the Pyrehound teeth and the claws, which again I have 11 teeth and 5 claws, and I kind of just set them on the counter.
Ooh, I shall examine these. And where did you happen to get these from?
Oh, just a little village in the mountains. I came across a Pyrehound.
A Pyrehound? I haven't seen one of those in ages.
Figured as much. I figured that magical items such as these would be useful to a man such as yourself.
Yeah, they can be. These can be quite the hot commodity. You see him kind of laugh to himself.
Pyrehound dad joke.
Daniel is just shaking his head in the background.
It's like, well, go ahead and look around. I will kind of go over these and let you know what I can do with them.
Thank you, Rebby. And then I'll browse.
Okay.
Window shopping this time because I'm not adding to my debt.
All right.
Yeah, I'm definitely browsing as well.
Yeah, I didn't prep ahead of time thinking of what things I might buy, but I'm frantically looking through a book thinking like, what could we get away with here?
I'm pretty much doing the same thing.
Yeah. Well, on the bright side, I'm thinking that now that I have this tattoo and that I'm keeping it, I might be able to help find this shop whenever we need.
The prices in the book are all in gold pieces.
I think
silver. Alright, so after about 5 minutes, he kind of walks over to where you're standing looking at stuff. It's like, alright, what I can do is I can give you, or I can at least knock off, but 1,210 off of your debt for the teeth, and about another 600 for the claws.
So essentially,
Almost just under 2,000 silver off of your.
so that's 18 gold pieces.
Yes.
Okay, I will hand him a gold piece and I will say, consider my debt paid.
It's like, oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. This is definitely a rare find.
We figured it would be helpful.
It always is. Especially with these. Just because of how hard they are to find, I don't have the energy like I used to go and hunt them down.
Well, Rebby, if we ever come across another pyrehound, I hope you know that we'll bring you the spoils.
Oh, please do. If you could bring one back alive, that would be even better.
Good
Just
to know.
Just throwing
The
it out
entire
there.
party looks at the camera.
Okay.
Hey,
So
hey,
is-
Rebby, could I keep the tattoo?
You want to keep it?
Yeah, I like the tattoo. I just
That
don't.
reminds me of the first time that one of my characters met him. Same thing. I want to keep the tattoo.
I've had a lot of scars put on my body that aren't pretty. This one's pretty. I'd like to keep it.
Well, I can do that. Come over here. Come over here. And he brings you over to, basically back over to the counter. He's like, okay, put your arm down. He walks over, grabs a chair. He's like, you might as well sit. This may hurt a little.
She just kind of sits down and goes, just like, I'm reserved to pain at this point.
It's like, alright. You're probably going to feel a little bit of burning. And he kind of wraps both his hands around your wrist. Begins to just softly mumble to himself. And somewhere you hear like a little ding. He turns like, I'll be right with you! Nobody else has entered the store. But he begins to recite. And you can feel the markings get hot. And as you look at them, where before it was kind of like the outside was glowing, the whole thing is glowing. It gets hotter. Turns into a burning. And you can almost feel... It almost feels like the skin is charring. Give me a... We're gonna go hard resilience check.
Would I get a boost because I've already dealt with this kind of torture before?
Yeah.
Yes. Strain, but yeah.
Oh yeah. So as he's doing this, and yeah, there's a couple moments where you have to fight yourself to not cry out, but then your brain flips back to when you used to go through this unwillingly, when you're forced into this, and you begin to focus on that. And when you do, your mind goes more at ease. The pain seems to ebb. After 3 minutes of this pain, it stops. And you lightly pat your arm, and there you go. Now you have a nice marking.
I thank you, Rebby.
Yeah, most people cry out, so that's kind of unexpected that it hasn't.
She kind of pulls up her sleeve and is like, again, these markings are pretty.
Yes, definitely much better than that. Alright, I'll be right back. You see him kind of hurry back into the back.
All right. I am free.
So what do you guys want to do?
Nothing I'm tempted
I
by. So I think I'm good just browsing today.
Daniel's.
I am gonna
No, you,
buy. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go first.
I'm looking to pretty much just do a razor edge to my axe. So a razor edge attachment. It is 1,250. I do not have 1,250. But it'll give my weapon pierce 2 while I already have pierce. So it'll increase my existing pierce by 1 and also decreases my crit rating by 1. So I would like to do that. And yeah, that for sure.
Okay. So you want to get a razor's edge onto it.
Indeed. I feel like I also kind of want some new art, but I can't afford all of that right now.
No, I'm just looking at magic items in the book thinking, ooh, there's not a single chance I could afford something like that.
I know, right?
What pages are these items on?
It depends. There are some in Realms of Terranoff around. Let me bring it up.
108.
Yeah, 108 area.
That's why I'm not looking in the right book.
And then in Genesis, there's some stuff starting on like 207, at least for weapon attachments.
Awesome, thank you.
It runs through like that whole chunk of the Terranoff book as well. They have like stuff about weapon and armor attachments, magic items, alchemy stuff, runes, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's just good to know for when I actually have enough money to actually buy things outright instead of incurring debts.
Maybe if we become fabulously fortunate by some stroke of luck, we might come back and get the good shit. But now I can just like glance over. Ooh, a twilight rune. Ooh, a shield of light.
Oh
How
my god,
fun!
right.
I've been
I
wondering
kind
if I
of
should get a shield for Daniel because it won't hurt his magic with battle casting, and I'm not doing anything with the other hand, so
want to get intimidating visage for her bone armor helmet. It doesn't do anything except gives me a success to coercion checks and an automatic failure to charm checks. But it's
it's
intimidating, damn
fitting.
it.
It's very fitting.
I'll be right back.
See, that's what I thought. So that plus the other would be like 1486 total.
Yeah. Man, it's good to dream though.
Yeah, I've been debating whether I should try to get like an alchemist's lab or get a balanced tilt for my sword.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want plate armor, but I really want to get spikes. Because when you do it, if your character is targeted by a melee combat check while wearing this armor, you can spend 3 threat or a despair to cause the attacker to suffer 3 wounds.
Holy shit, yeah.
Well, sorry for the sidebar, everyone. I knew I had something that to sell, so
No, it's fine. Actually, I've been looking into trying to get some type of attachment or something for a while to do a little bit of upgrading. So I think almost everybody else got something fancy that like adds to them, except for Ula. I got my beast helmet, but it didn't really do anything. It just looked cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we all have gotten at least something otherwise.
yeah, just slap a rune on that bad boy.
Yeah, totally. I can't afford a room.
I'd love to slap some runes on things that I have. But yeah, I've got the money. I could probably dip into a little bit of debt, but I'm not sure if I want to. I could get like alchemy stuff because I've been taking more things in alchemy. We could start brewing up potions, that sort of thing. I have a talent now as of this week where if I get a triumph on an alchemy check, I roll an extra yellow die to add to the thing. If I roll a despair, I roll an extra red die.
That's awesome.
That's really fun, assuming your character doesn't know like what the result's going to be too. You know, you play it that way, like this is going to be awesome.
That sounds like something like Garn does every single time he tries to mix a potion.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I wonder if Garnt already has those supplies.
Probably.
What's this combination do?
Maybe I should get that balanced hilt.
Not gonna lie, I want a rune of blades too.
It's fun stuff.
I just figure a stop here also, if we did want to pick up anything, might be good because we don't really know what we're going into next.
Right.
And I definitely didn't want to. I wanted for character development for Key, she needed to be free in order to like continue on with this path that she's set herself upon. She can't be beholden to anyone else at this point in her life now.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like I said, I was looking to get something. I had been thinking about it for a little while, but the last time we were here, I wasn't sure what to get, so I didn't. And also I had like no money.
Yeah. Well, this will make Key a little less driven by the need for cash. So
if I do buy things here, I'm gonna have to start collecting cash because I'm gonna be basically out.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. But
well,
I bet you all we need to do is capture a pyre hound alive.
Yeah, that's really good to know.
That's totally all we have to do. I bet you he'll give us all of this stuff in exchange.
All we need to do is just retrace our steps.
And everybody can get some runes too.
Yeah. Just retrace our steps, go back through Sova, and because wasn't there another pyrehound that we didn't kill?
I think there was one that got away.
There was one that got away.
Maybe that could be our next adventure.
Well, I'll admit,
have a giant collar and a leash.
I'll admit, part of me thinks like, yeah, we'll get back to the main plot in a bit, but like, I really do want to figure out what the hell is causing all this rain.
Yeah,
I think that might be part of the main plot. I don't know.
I don't know. He was cryptic about it. He was like, well, it could just be rain, you know.
Lots of duplicity going on there.
Could be.
But is it?
All right, so I added it up, and the two things that I would like comes to 1486. I have 299 silver.
So what is Danil looking at?
So Danil like glances over at like the good shit, like shields of light and twilight runes, and is like, maybe another day. Um, and Daniel is actually just going to spend 1,000 silver getting a balanced hilt for his sword. I'll commit to this. Won't have a lot of money left afterwards, but it's doable.
Alright. So, as you guys are wandering around, and there's a lot of different stuff here. You do see, not a lot, but there are a few, like health potions and also regeneration potions. It's about 2 the health, about 3 regeneration. After a little while, he comes back to the currency. Oh, sorry about that. Another customer. So, what else can I do for you all?
I would like to see about purchasing a razor edge for my axe.
Alright. I'll have to check. I think I may have some in the back. Let me look.
Thank you.
Then he disappears into the back again. Comes back a few minutes later. Yes, I have 4 of those. So you say you would like one?
Yes, please.
Alright. Anybody else would like anything?
Yes. Rabbi, was it?
Yes.
Yes, I was wondering if you might have a balanced hilt for this sword, just to really make it swing.
Yes, those are pretty easy to. I'm pretty sure I have one. I think I got it off an old wolf. But yes, if you like those, do you just want those? Do you want them attached? What do you want?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind fitting it to the blade, I would appreciate it.
Alright, I can do that.
Yes, that would be good.
Alright. Yes, if I may have your weapons, please?
I'll hand it over.
So as you hand over yours, he's just like, oh, not too bad. It'll definitely get better.
Yep, I'll hand it over too.
And as you hand yours over, he tries to one hand it. He's like, you got it! Oh!
Sorry.
He's like, I got it! And he just starts dragging it into the back.
I'm imagining he said he had 4 edges back there, but he just like takes it to a grindstone and sharpens it, and it's like, yes, that'll do.
Right?
So he starts to go through the curtain there. Just like, alright, one of you come and help me with this. And you hear mumbling like back there. Then the curtain kind of closes. And then it goes quiet. A little while later, about 15 minutes or so, comes back out. And he's got your rapier. Alright, he's like, alright. Sets it down. Would you like to test it out?
Certainly, thank you. Daniel will go through the motions, a safe distance from other people.
So, as you do, you can feel it is a lot better balance to it. Or there's a lot better balance to it. It's like, well, would you like to talk price now?
Of course.
Alright. So, what I can do is, we'll say about $1,020 silver.
1,020 silver.
Yes.
Drive a hard bargain, sir, taking the last of my spending coin, but for fine work, I suppose I have no choice. And Daniel will fork it over.
Alright. It's like, well, I mean, you will enjoy that, I'm sure. Or I know those you stand against will not. But you know, mouths to feed and employees to pay.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I know how it goes. Your budget can't be raised this year, maybe next year. Gotta build a new gymnasium.
It's always the sports that get the money first.
Building a fancy new feasting hall. The parents love it.
Need a new jousting run.
The fucking jousting. Right below my office, too. My closet, I guess. Could never get any work done with all the crashing.
So he goes, puts that away. Goes back into the back. Comes back a little bit later. Again, dragging. Like, as he gets closer to the curtain, you can hear.
When he gets to the other side of the curtain, I'll be pretty much right there so that he doesn't have to drag it all the way over to me. I'll take it from there.
Alright. So, as he's doing that, or as he's pulling, or dragging it back out to the front, you're right there, and he bumps into it. Ah! Jumps around. He's, oh, my ticker.
I take a step back. I'm very sorry. I was just trying to help by picking up my axe for you.
You're lucky. I could have turned you into something nasty. Don't sneak up on people, especially old ones like me.
It's the first time that
Ula just kind of looks around. She's 6 feet tall. She's just like, who's sneaking up? But she's just nods like, okay.
Like, okay, yours is done. That you want to? I don't want you smashing stuff in my shop.
I trust that your work is very good. I do not have to smash anything here. I can smash things outside of here.
That'll work. Alright, so for this, I can do about 1270.
That would be fine, but I am afraid I do not have all of that up front.
Alright, so you're saying you would essentially like to take out a loan.
Yes, I would appreciate that.
He looks over at Key and he's just like, looks like somebody is jealous of some tattoos.
Your work is divine, sir.
Well, I don't make
No, it's arcane.
Are you sure it's not primal?
The universe picks it, I just stick it. Alright, yeah, we can come to a agreement. Alright, come sit down.
She'll go sit down.
Alright, where... we'll see where this one... We're gonna let... We'll see where this one appears, shall we?
Let's do it.
So he kind of lays his hand on your shoulders. He kind of comes around you and puts both his hands on. And you can just feel this warm, tingling sensation. It just kind of slowly like courses all around. And it starts in your shoulders, kind of goes down to your legs, comes back up, goes down into the arms. Kind of comes up, you can feel it. It almost feels like you're getting flushed, like you can feel it in your face. And then you begin to feel a burning sensation. It starts right about here, wraps and just wraps down, or like around your neck.
So from like the corner of my eye down and then
Right
wraps around my neck.
Like right about here. It's like, okay, I'm done.
That's awesome. I assume that it's on the shaved head side.
Yeah. Doesn't go up into the hair, but it just says right by here.
That will make me look a little more intimidating.
It's a good aesthetic.
Goes with the bone hat.
It's like, would you like to see?
Yes, please.
It's like, okay. Kind of digs around behind the counter, pulls out, looks like a mirror. It's like, here you go.
Ula looks into it and she's like, and then she's she's just like gasps for a minute and then she's like, I love it. I look so scary.
Everyone keeps taking out loans from just because they want the 3 tattoo work.
Be cheaper to just pay for a tattoo, probably.
Hey,
Well, I
Key's
mean-
actually had character development, and so does Ula's. It's making her scarier. Or look scarier. We all know she's a softie at heart.
Yeah, but my enemies don't need to know that.
All right, maybe Jewel will get some, get a regeneration potion, a healing potion, and then she's got an eye on one of those smoke bombs too, if he has some of those.
Yeah, he's got some.
It looks like the 3 of them together should be what would be around like 1 gold, 100 silver.
All right. So as you set those down, he's like, oh, those are good to have. Those are good to have. Planning on playing some pranks with the smoke? That's what I do.
A lady never knows when she needs to make a fast getaway or not be seen when she doesn't want to be seen.
Huh, I never thought about using them to get away. That actually could have come in handy quite a few times.
You learn something new every day.
Well, hindsight's always 20/40.
Ula just kind of looks at him, and she's like,
I have long since ceased questioning it.
yeah, she doesn't say anything. She just kind of gives him a look like, okay.
So I can do about... How does 105 sound?
It's a deal.
Excellent. Enjoy your goods.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I think that would be all for me. For now, anyway.
Yes, I am good for now. It is a pleasure to do business with you, Mr. Ravi.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yes, thank you, sir. We appreciate your time.
Anytime. Just look for me. So with that, he kind of wanders back out the into the back.
Wouldn't it be funny if we just followed him and ended up in the multiverse?
Go in the back, and all of a sudden we walk out exactly where we wanted to be.
But it's 100 years earlier.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm listening to a book that's dealing with time travel right now. And it's like, I love time travel books, but at the same time, they're so confusing.
Which one?
It's called Passenger by Alexandra Bracken.
Don't know it.
I was just browsing through books on Scribd and sounded interesting.
Time
And she
travel, as
did.
I heard. No, go ahead.
As I say, she ends up in 1776 in New York. So then I'm singing Hamilton as well.
Let's just take a little 5-minute break really quick.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you guys leave and go through the sensation again, and you're back outside in the rain.
We can't even tell how much time has passed this time.
I was just gonna ask if we knew by. I suppose by time of day we can't tell because it was dark and rainy, and it's still dark and rainy.
Who's got a sundial?
We could just go back to the inn and see if we've been charged for a day. Oh, I suppose we paid in advance, didn't we?
Yep.
Might as well.
Jewel didn't, I don't think.
Jewel didn't. One of us didn't.
I
So-
think I was just paying by the night, so like I only gave him enough for tonight, but I haven't advanced any other days. Which might be wise considering how low I am on cash now.
Well,
You can bunk with us.
I paid ahead of time, so
I'm not quite that low. I'll manage. But I
It's not so
appreciate
bad
the
when
offer.
Ula snores. It's almost comforting, to be honest.
I beg to differ from our travels the past few weeks. But yeah, I guess we head back to
she
the
just
inn.
gives you side eye.
Yeah. Do we want to know if there's a guild hall here in town? Do we want to swing through there?
We can try to see
Yeah.
if there's a job. It's going our way as
Yeah.
well. Might as well take it.
Maybe the job will be to stop the infernal rain.
Hey, never know. I'm not sure how we'll do that, but
Pray to the god of drought.
we'll worry about that when we get there.
Alright, so you guys are gonna go looking for a like
A guild hall, essentially, whatever they're called.
We should know what guild we're in.
The Gray Lions.
Gray Lion.
Yeah, there we go.
alright. Give me a I'm trying to think what would be best. Streetwise. Yeah, we'll go a hard streetwise for, and if one person wants to
Wow.
make the roll, you can get boosts for the others helping.
I shall help.
Oops.
Yeah, Jewel can help too.
Okay.
Who wants roll boosts?
I guess I'll roll a couple boosts because I already got the success. So 2 successes and 1 threat, or 2 successes, 2 threats.
Alright, so digging around, you find that, and just asking around, you know, when the occasional person you see outside that is willing to help you out. A lot of times when you approach somebody, they hurriedly get out of the way and do their best to avoid you.
Ula's like, when like the third person like kind of hurries away, she's like, this tattoo and helmet make me too scary. And then she just continues on.
Same sort of thing happening all over this realm. Everyone's mistrustful. Lots of dark omens everywhere.
So you find out, or basically what you hear is there's no branch of the guild here. There is one in Torzev Keep.
Oh, back the way we came a little.
Yeah. And that would be
Well-
the closest location.
While we're wandering around, Daniel's just going to sort of stop for a moment and think, I wonder if that's the point of it all. There hasn't seemed to be any connection to whatever's happening in this kingdom. Everything's just bad everywhere. I don't think that one vampire was behind it all, but he didn't seem as though he was part of some sort of grand conspiracy either. I wonder if the cult of Temos is trying to make things seem grim, make people desperate, looking for some kind of salvation, a preacher who gives them all the answers. Maybe I'm reading too much into all of this.
Wait, are you describing America or are you describing the world?
Ooh.
Well then.
Oh. Now we're hitting too close to home.
A little bit. Well, didn't Amen, is that his name? I can't remember. Didn't he say that Timus was the god of abundance?
Once upon a time, yes.
If you are correct in your theory, then perhaps that is how he will return, because they think that they're praying to the deity of abundance that will help them get away from this abundance of rain.
Well, it's still a very far-fetched idea, but maybe something to think about later.
If nothing else, just keep an eye and an ear out.
Well then, spend the night at the inn and set out west the next day, I suppose. We don't have any concrete leads here, and we came here too early, so...
Trouble always seems to find us no matter where we go.
Oh yes, I'm sure that if we continue traveling this land, we'll find a great many things.
Maybe even another pyrehound.
That reminds me. We should find a giant collar and leash.
I hope he's willing to bring that shop of his on site, because I don't know how we're transporting something like that across country.
Maybe if we raised it from puppy, it would grow to like us, and then we could get it to do what we want it to do.
But would we want to give it away?
This plan keeps getting more elaborate by the minute. I don't like this.
Jorlak kind of starts hiding behind Ula's legs, like he doesn't like the idea either.
I doubt if we ever got ourselves a pet pyrehound that we would give it up.
Here we go. You want to get elaborate. So we breed our pet pyrehound.
This has just turned into a completely alternate career path where we just start, like, monster farms.
The Hagrid career path.
I mean, there might be a lot of money in it.
Look, I would have fucking studied zoology in school if I wanted to do that. I don't know what I'm
whoa.
saying. I didn't study sword fighting either, yet here I am. I just spent all my fucking money to make my sword just that little bit nicer.
All right, everyone. I think it's time to go to sleep now. Let's
I
see
need a
in the
drink.
morning. And head out. Says Key as she senses hostility coming from Danil.
Daniel's just soaked to the bone and
He's over this
stressed
shit.
about everything.
Yeah, let's find warmer, drier pasture.
All right, so you guys head back to the
Yeah.
inn.
The hissing couple.
All right, it takes you about 45 minutes to get there. Just slipping every now and then, almost falling in a couple puddles. Yeah, when you walk in, it's dry. You feel the warmth from the fires going. Come in, you're just soaked to the bone. I mean, just standing there for about 10 seconds, there's already a puddle under each of you. Do you guys go to your rooms? Do you get food?
Have we determined how much time has passed? I mean, we should be able to tell by the changing of the guard, like the call of the guard's watch or something.
The bells.
Yeah, you know that about 4.5 hours has gone by.
So it's essentially lunchtime.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel's getting a stiff mead and standing in front of a fireplace until he's dry.
Chorlax shakes off in the doorway and just like goes to lay down in front of the fire.
Key will ask for a hot cider and join Danil. Talk about soothing things.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Get some lunch, get some drink, sit in front of the fire.
Alright. Alright, so yeah, a couple hours goes by and you guys are just sitting around laughing, drinking, feeling warm and dry now. There's under all the smelt of stale drink and food, there's still this little hint of wet dog.
He can't help it, okay? Ula, as she's eating, she'll just kind of toss little scraps to Jorlak, so that he can have a little bit of a snack too.
Yeah,
Daniel will get out the lute and he'll just start playing. Not singing or anything, just playing the lute, whatever tune comes to mind.
And then Key, while she's listening to Danil play, will keep perusing the compendium of celestial beings. She wants to learn everything she can about these from this book.
Yeah, I forgot about the bookshelf. Jules probably picked up a book by this time too. It's probably like a trashy romance novel.
I kind of wonder what a trashy romance novel for a fantasy world is like. Do you think it's set in the same time as we are in? So it would be like a contemporary?
I mean, I guess it depends on genre. Like every era's got like contemporary fiction and then like period pieces.
Well, yeah, but technically well, I shouldn't say technically, but usually a fantasy setting is more of like what, like a medieval type setting. So would that put a historical romance to like the Dark Ages?
I mean, Shakespeare set some stuff earlier on. Like some of it was contemporary, but not all of it.
Maybe somebody wrote a time travel book.
Well, in a lot of cultures, too, there's the whole idea of like it's your grandfather's in your grandfather's grandfather's time. So it's like you always think back like 4 generations that anyone's dead, but yet it still seems recent. It's like that type of setting. It could be a book like maybe set during the Mage Wars or something like that. Like that's their go to time
There
period.
you go. Finding love in the Mage Wars. I like it.
See, if it's truly a trashy romance novel from inspired by medieval Europe, though, there's got to be some dirty priests and nuns. That was apparently the go-to like porno cliche of medieval Europe was like, oh, the priest swings by while the farmer is out and the wife is home alone, or something along those lines.
So probably based on a lot of truth, then, is what you're trying to tell me.
There's probably a little bit of truth in the fiction.
All right. Well, now that I totally derailed that,
It happens.
I would read medieval smut. Just saying.
all you have to do is go look for historical romances.
Just read the Canterbury Tales. It is essentially medieval smut.
There you go. I used to love the old one set in the Scottish Highlands. I read a lot of those in high school.
All right. Well, so what do you guys want to do from here?
We go west.
Yeah, I guess we spend the night and then set out at first, not light, but whatever passes for it in this place, and shield ourselves from the rain as best we can. Set out.
Early bell, whatever that is.
Not too early. This is our last night in a bed for a while.
Yeah. I want to stay warm and dry for as long as you can. All right. Well, do you want to stop here? I mean, a little shorter than we were planning, but
It's up to you guys. I am
don't
so
mind.
sorry. It's just
No,
It seems like a natural spot to stop anyway. So yeah.
good place to stop. And like, we hadn't even decided what we were going to do or where we were going to go. Like, I feel like if anything, this just gives Joe time to plan to like throw some rail tracks out in front of this train.
hold on,
Yeah.
guys. You gotta blow a hole in this mountain.
I'm okay with it also giving my character more time to read this compendium that Joe hasn't finished yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Nice. Our goal is to go there to find a job. So next week we can find a job.
Gives us a good clean start. We're on our way to do something and not just waffling around being like, I don't know, guys, what do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
We'll pass through the village we were just in, and maybe we'll see if our actions were for good or ill. All that kind of fun stuff.
Maybe
only
Who
we
thing-
can
knows what
find
wrinkles
that other
happen?
fire hound.
Yeah. The only thing I don't want to do is go back to the Sundered Peaks, especially after we just got rid of the coin.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
That's a bit much for us right now. Maybe someday, but like, if we're going any dragon hunting, probably the Frost Crowns or whatever the Western Mountain Range was. It's
Frostfell Mountain.
Frostfell Mountain. It's
And Ice Crown Mountains.
maybe not. I mixed them together. Darn it.
You did.
All right. So, yeah, we'll just knock out here. Then we'll pick up next week and get into some more adventure.
I am
Works.
promising I will be more spry next week.
No worries.
It's
Nah,
fine.
don't make promises. Look,
Yeah,
we
no
li-
kidding.
we
Don't make
literally
promises.
all have days where we're just out of it, and like I can't do it today.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't want to play. I wanted to play. I have not been sleeping, essentially.
You gotta take time for yourself.
Yep. Cool. All right. So yeah, next if all goes well, next Monday we'll finish this up.
Sounds good.